Hi, this is Alan from North Texas Homesteader. Today I'm bringing you another video, this time Snowpocalypse, Texas 2021. So as you can see, we got quite a bit of snow for Texas, and for North Texas anyway. The date on this was February 17th. And it had been snowing pretty much most of the day, and this was getting close to the evening time. I didn't have a lot of time to shoot this video, so I decided to get the drone up, get it flying around, take some footage, and show our snow. Now, when we get snow in Texas, it usually doesn't last more than a day. So I wanted to make sure I got this video shot that day, so that I could have the deepest snow that we would have. The next day, as you'll see, I'll show you, it started melting right away. The temperature this day also was pretty cold, and at least for us, it was about 15 degrees. And so went out there, it stopped snowing, I went out there, started shooting this video, and I got really cold. And I was glad that I shot this fairly quickly so I could get back inside. Here I'm showing you a graphic from our weather station, and you can see in the middle where the biggest blue circle is. It's right around February the 16th. And it got down to minus 8.9 degrees that night, and that was pretty cold. That was the coldest day that we had, and the high was 18.3 degrees. And you can see for almost a week prior that it had been below freezing all those days, and we don't normally get this kind of prolonged cold weather in Texas. And so the next day, the 17th, is when I took this video, and the following day as well. And as you can see, another week later, we're up in the 80s. So that's the kind of weather we had this winter. We had only one problem with a frozen pipe. Our hot water, we have a tankless water heater on the outside of our house, and that cold night at minus 8.9 degrees, the next morning I had to go and just thaw it out for about 20 or 30 seconds with a hair dryer just to get it flowing again. Other than that, we did not have any other issues, thank goodness, and we did not lose any of our electricity. A lot of people around us were much more unfortunate than we were. We were very blessed, and because they lost their power for several days, and they had many pipes frozen and lots of issues, and we did not. Also, about a week prior to this is when the big accident happened in Fort Worth, where the big pileup, and I don't know if any of you saw those videos. It was pretty amazing. These cars and trucks and everything smashing into each other and pushing over the center concrete barriers, and people lost their lives, and it was a pretty horrific sliding on the ice like that. It was pretty crazy to see that. Aside from that, the drone did very well in this cold weather. I was very surprised. I did not want to get it down into the snow because I didn't know what that would do to the propeller motors and things like that. So this is the first time that I tried to do a takeoff and landing from my hand. So that was actually worked out pretty well. I was happy with how it worked, and I think I will do that from now on. And the next day as well, I did that. Took off landing from my hand. And so I think, like I said, I think I'm going to do that from now on. Kind of enjoy that. As you can see, our road was pretty slippery. It was not untravelable. I mean, we could get around in it, and I was amazed at how well our little Hyundai got through all of this snow. It actually went through it fairly well. I had a hard time getting the truck started because they're both diesels, and the fuel lines froze up. To be honest, I actually forgot about that being an issue with diesels, so I didn't prepare. I didn't put any heaters on the blocks or anything. So that happened. Lesson learned. Next year, I don't think that'll happen to me, at least on purpose. I was going to bring the drone in also for a landing free-handed. In other words, I wasn't going to press the home button. I ended up doing that anyway because it's hard to look straight up and find your drone. So I ended up pressing the home button just to bring it down enough to where I could grab it with my hands. You can see us both standing there. Michelle said she waved at the drone. I didn't see that on any of this footage, but then she ended up getting out of the way. I think that's where she said she waved, right there, and then walked off. And at this point, I didn't have any gloves on because it's hard to have the controller and use it while you have gloves on, and so my hands were getting pretty cold. I'm getting wimpy in my old age. I don't like the cold like that. Remember in Chicago, it just used to cut through that wind. Oh, that cold wind. Our dogs love the snow. And you can see all the paw prints.
The next day.
And here's the next day. And as you can see, a lot of the snow is starting to melt. I just wanted to give you a good shot of how quickly the snow goes away. And you can see on top of the shop, all the snow is melted off pretty much. Well, that's it for this video. Until the next one, be safe.